Up on up there. There we go. Greetings, friends. I don't know about you, but I do enjoy getting free stuff when I can. And you may be wondering, Mike, what in the world does that have to do with what you're doing right now with moving those logs around? Well, and you also may be thinking, did you lose some brain cells having strained so much moving that around? No. Well, oftentimes I'm able to get free resources like firewood or mulch. And I have a friend named Erwin that actually runs a tree service, and he drops us off some logs and mulch from time to time. And then recently he dropped off these big oak logs. He was backing the truck in, and then as he was getting ready to dump the logs, the dump wouldn't work. The lift on it wasn't working. Like, uh-oh, how they gonna get this out of there? So after working on it for a little bit, they finally were able to get the dump up. But then when the dump was up, the logs wouldn't come out and they'd gotten stuck. It's like, oh boy. But then they finally were able to shake it loose, and then the big logs just came, and then you could just feel it in the ground when they hit it in that thump. It's always something when a big tree falls and just like, boom, you can just feel the power, and you're like, oh, that's nothing to play with there. That's some weight coming down. Well, also while he was here, I had these two trees that were like right behind me that needed to come down. So I was like, Erwin, I don't feel comfortable dropping these trees because there's a lot of things nearby. We got a building nearby, we got power lines nearby, and then we have other various equipment that we just can't move. So I didn't feel comfortable dropping them and thought maybe he could drop it. He was like, I'm not comfortable dropping it either. We're gonna have to delimb the branches off. So he started delimbing the branches, and the branches were coming down. And then the limbs, they put in the chipper, chipped them all up, and now we have these mulch piles here, as well as some mulch piles over on the other side of the chickens that we got not too long ago from our local power company. Oftentimes we'll get just free deliveries from them when they go and have to clear around power lines and cut up trees and branches and chip them up, and then they'll just say, hey, we need a spot to dump them. I'm like, bring it on, I'm ready for them. So that may be something for you guys as well if you're looking for a free resource for firewood and mulch, because you can spend a lot of money on mulch, but you can get some free from like your local tree service or your local your power companies or green works in your area. So you might want to try that. Another free thing we're getting today is a free workout. Don't have to pay a gym membership. Got a free membership out here. Oh, you coming for a free workout too?
Whether I want it or not, right?
Well, if you don't mind saving me a few steps instead of having to climb in and out of the fence, I'll just toss the logs out of here and you just take them to our pile right over there. And the ones you can't lift, I'm not saying you can't lift them, but don't
I'll figure it out, or I'll have you help me. How's that?
Or leave them back and I'll get the big ones and you can lift these. Watch out, Chicky. Right after Erwin was working in this area, we brought the chickens in to kind of start cleaning this area up. They've been doing a great job eating some of the things like poison ivy that I don't want any business touching at all. So, time to work around them. I used to do personal training. I used to tell people, I can give you a workout with anything. A log, a rock, whatever. Yeah. Right.
not sure I can handle those. Yep, I don't have a problem with these. Look at those muscles go.
I must admit, like most guys, lower body exercises like squats were not my favorite at the gym. Definitely much more prefer doing upper body, even though when I used to do bodybuilding, I definitely had to make sure I did each part of the body. Squat.
This kind of reminds me of when we used to be at the gym all the time. We were quite the gym rats for a lot of years. Let's see, Mike's least favorite was squats. That was probably mine too. I didn't really enjoy doing squats. But I don't know. I really liked going to the gym. It was just time to kind of not think about anything and get a good workout in. And it's nice that we can actually get a workout in here on the farm and we don't have to go anywhere now. You remember when I used to spot you at the gym? I would make all these big guys real nervous.
I sure do. You're my most consistent workout partner. I used to have a lot of different workout partners, some big guys too, and actually one of the biggest guys that I worked out with was the one that actually wasn't spotting me when I needed it. Somehow the weight just rolled out of my hands, hit me in the ribs. I think I was trying to do like 300 or something, but you spotted me when I was up in the close to 450 or something like that, right?
Something like that. I figured, well, I only need to lift, I don't know, maybe 50 pounds of what you can't push back up. So, you know, it all worked out.
All right. Big lift here. There you go. Get. Woo. Woo. I think we about hit our limit there with some of the big ones. Need to use a chainsaw and cut them up. Definitely getting a good workout in. And logs, you can do all kind of exercises with the logs. Showed you overhead press earlier. You can also do an overhead alternate overhead press. You can do some curls, front squats. It's all kind of things. You just gotta limit. I guess you're limited to your imagination. Shoulder presses again, right? You can even lay down and do some bench presses. All right, time to get the chainsaw to get the big ones. Hard hit. Chaps. I've always been wanting to use this, but haven't used it yet. It's a Coast machete. Not for today's project. At least I don't think so, not yet. And lastly, a log ox. Always comes in handy. All right, so as I'm using the chainsaw to cut up these bigger ones, if you guys could start moving some of that mulch around the fruit trees. We need some more mulch there. Whew, get a little recovery in too.
More of a workout. Before we get started, let me go get some. It's gonna be really hot today. I'm breaking out the 1 gallon insulated water bottle. On days like this, we like to use Relight in our water because if you didn't know, hydration's not only about water. You have to have salt in that water to have proper electrolytes, and that's what we're going for. No, we don't want anybody falling out. So we love the strawberry lemonade Relight. It's really good. This is a gallon. I like to use 1 scoop per quart, so we're gonna use 4 scoops. And this is what you want to use in place of those other sports drinks with all of the sugar. We don't like those, and they're terrible for you. Now we're good to go.
Whew. Definitely gotten a workout in so far today. And I usually don't like to take a break until I've gotten to a good stopping point based off the progress that I've made. I feel like I'm there. The rooster crowing right there in front of me. I feel like I'm at a break point now, a breaking point. Not that I'm gonna break right now. I feel good, I feel charged, but I feel like I need a break. And I need to hydrate a little bit. For years, I've been anti-Gatorade. It is so nice to have something to rehydrate from and get the electrolytes in you, like the Relight. I'm so glad Lacey's made some of that. Great product, but you can also make your own electrolyte drink. I think I'm going to send that out in the email, my email newsletter. And if you haven't signed up for that email newsletter yet, feel free to do so. Link is in the comment section below. Well, I did save a little bit of money of not having to have Erwin cut up the logs for us. Got a workout in and save some money. But one of the things that he did point out while he was here is this plant right here. He's from Guatemala and said that this is a plant that they eat back there and actually charge a little bit of a premium for vegetables for it. So I'm just trying a little bit at a time because it's totally brand new to me. If any of you know what it is, because he's like, I can't think of what it's called in English. He's like, I know what it is in Spanish, but I don't remember it. But he said it's really good for you. So if any of you know what this plant is, let me know in the comment section below. Let's head on over there and see what kind of progress they've made over there. How's it coming along over here, ladies?
It's coming along. Filling these up.
You're getting your exercise in and a little bit of sun at the same time, or you were getting some sun. Y'all over here hanging out in the shade now. You got your hammocks over here. I think I've just been over here just hanging out. When I come over here, you just start picking up shovel and he said, oh, there's Keith's coming over here.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's really happening, just to let you know.
It's getting close to that time of year though, where we start stopping around 11 o'clock or so, just because it gets so hot and so humid. I think the day is going to be close to the mid 90s, but we've gotten our morning sun in, which is really, really good for you. Even if you're fair, middle skinned, or even dark skinned, everybody needs to have access to sunlight, and that morning sun's really important, isn't it?
It is. It's really important. It helps with your circadian rhythm. It helps with your body producing melanin so you don't get burnt, because there's just so many things that the body does that's amazing, and sun has really been vilified, but it is so important to our whole body and all of our health.
It's kind of interesting that we get less sun than we used to get, but the cases of skin cancer are going up even though people are getting less sun exposure. So take whatever you want out of it.
You think that there might be some kind of link there, you know? Less sun exposure, more skin cancer. So, you know.
And even you being fair skinned, you do burn pretty easily, but you still try to make sure you get sunlight at certain times.
Yes, morning sun I like to get, and afternoon, if it's around 1 o'clock, I can really only stay out in the sun for about 20 minutes or so before I start turning pink. And getting a little pink isn't bad, but you don't want to get like burnt. That's what you definitely want to stay away from.
Now, I have burned once or twice. What about you, Sayla? Have you burned at all before?
Turned pink a little bit.
Yeah. What about you, Josiah, Micah? Have you got
Never burnt.
Never burned before? Never. We just got a little extra protection, but it does take a lot to burn, but it is what it is. We all have different skin types. Believe it or not though, when I used to do bodybuilding, I still had to go to the tanning bed, and I still had to add on the tanning cream because I wasn't dark enough on stage, and you gotta be darker for all the lines and muscles to shine. Well, it's not just pretty here. We got some more work to do. We got some more mulch to move. We're gonna get this pile done, guys. So let's get at it.